Hey, this is Mike Cunningham of the Teaching Farmers with Country Gardens Farm. And I wanted to come to you today and talk about sowing seed in a square foot garden. There are many advantages to sowing seed rather than just buying plants to go in your garden. And one of the things I'm often asked is, how do you do it? So let's take a look. Today we're going to be sowing lettuce seeds, and in a square foot garden it's gridded off into individual 1 foot squares, and you can decide first of all how many seeds you're going to plant. What we're going to do today is we're planting seeds of a black seeded lettuce called Simpson lettuce, and we're going to sow it pretty thick so that we can get what I call come and cut again lettuce. And so we'll put these little seeds about 1 inch apart in 3 different rows here, and they will come up, and then we'll be able to cut the baby leaves with a pair of scissors once they're up about 3 or 4 inches, and then we'll be able to come back and cut that again as they keep growing. So this will be a little loose leaf lettuce that we'll be able to cut. So all I do is I come in here and I just make little 3 little rows evenly across the square foot. And then I pour the seeds out into the palm of my hand. A few seeds there. And then I take a pinch of seeds and I start to roll it around between my finger and my thumb until they start to come out. Now may not be exact, but you're trying to put these about 1 inch or so apart, sowing 12, 15 seeds in a row. And if you get too many, you can go in and thin them, take a few out. You can do that by cutting them out with a pair of scissors, or you can do that by pulling them up. The only thing about pulling them up, sometimes you will have, you'll pull up other plants around them. So it's a good idea maybe just to go in with a pair of scissors and just snip them out. So I've got those seeds in the row, 3 different rows there. So those will come up fairly thick, and I scoop up the rest of my seeds that I had them in my hand here, get them back into the seed packet. And then what I do is I cover these seeds with vermiculite. Vermiculite is a material made from rock, from mica, and we just scatter this real lightly across the top of the seeds that we just sowed. This vermiculite absorbs a lot more water per its size than anything else, and so when that swells up, it holds the moisture right there on the seed, which is real important. We also will sometimes cover it with a cloth. This is a spun material called row cover, and we use it here also to cover the bed with when we have cold weather to keep the frost off. And this is used for that purpose, but it also can be used for the purpose of keeping that moist, because one of the most important things in sowing seeds to get them to sprout is to keep that moisture, and you don't want the sun and the wind drying it out. So the vermiculite helps, the cloth can help, and you just have to pin this down. You could also use newspaper, that would work as well, and anything to keep the top of this soil from drying out while the little seeds are starting to come up. Now these lettuce were sown real thick. If we were doing heads of lettuce, individual heads, we would space them out a lot further apart. In fact, only between 2 and 4 per square foot. So let's say we want to do 4, so we would make 4 little pads, little indentions right there in the soil, and we'd take our seeds and we would sow just a few seeds in each of those 4 sections, because we really just want 1 plant there. So two seeds is enough. If we drop 3, that's okay. We can come back and thin it out. And so we just drop in a couple of seeds in each little pad there, and then we cover that with our vermiculite. We want our soil to be moist before we start doing this, and then as soon as we've got the vermiculite on there, we'd want to water all that in good, and then if you choose to, you can cover it with a cloth or newspaper. but you're only leaving that newspaper or cloth on there for just a few days. As soon as you see, you'll have to be checking underneath real often, and as soon as you see a little leaf starting to pop up out of the soil, then that's when you want to pull that away, and just keep them moist while they're starting to grow. And seed packets will tell you a lot of information. They will tell you how many days it is for germination, what the temperature needs to be, and so that's really important. It can't be too high or too low, so there's a range in there. If you don't see it on the seed packet, you can read your seed catalogs. So good luck with your square foot gardens, and we'll come back at another time and we'll do some more seeding and some more planting.